Okay, so we'll put this to the point and we'll leave a lot of science out because a lot of the times there's no real need. Unless, when with people I work with, if you want to go and get a stack of tests done, the more you do, the easier it's for me to solve anything. The amount of information you can find that links just for one thing, and then the amount of things that counteract something else. So, but the amount of people that I work with, even online, even face to face, 9 out of 10 people never stick to anything I give them, even if it's a very slow, progressive structure, because it's commitment. And a lot of people don't have the time, or can't be bothered, or can't long enough stick to anything to really get their mind wrapped around it. And that's fair enough. There's enough to do in life. You got work, you got family, the list goes on. So when we, like anything, you want to make sure that it's everything's steady, progressive, has a structure, have a goal in place, have plans and a pattern, and things fall into place somewhat easier, or they're easier to put in place. With regards to training and nutrition, don't overdo it. I really stress with that because a lot of people do. They will train more, or nutrition will just be so extreme that they're not actually really sure what they're doing, or how much, or if it even is enough, or too much. Balance is huge, but how to know how to apply that balance is very important. So when you look at the body from, one of the easiest ways is from a young age, right? So when you're a kid, your body's the most healthiest, and as we all grow and get older, and everything starts to die. And depending on what's happened through the body, lots of things can happen, and you have no idea unless maybe you go get lots of different types of blood tests, maybe see an endocrinologist, something to map out chemistry, because our whole body's basically just biochemistry. Then you can know what's going on, what's out of whack, because you go, well, why am I feeling like this now? Why have I gotten worse? And why has it taken this long to happen? And when I was 5 years ago, I used to feel great. You can still feel great your whole life, but it's so hard to find out what is wrong. So with training, any time you are doing anything that's physical, even if it's medium pace or to an extreme, you are breaking the body down. It is in a catabolic stage, cannibalism, so you will have to put in very good nutrition all the time. Otherwise you are going to help aid to acceleration for illness, sickness, disease, a lot of inflammation. The body's highly inflammatory after any type of training. So you have to be so good for what you put in. Have to be. Your cells are so susceptible to anything. They're vulnerable as. So don't overdo it on that note with nutrition. Make sure, and every time after you train, especially up to even 8 hours after, depending on what type of a workout it was, could even be a hell of a lot longer for days. But the best nutritional uptake, if you were to train at say 12 in the day, for example, you got up at 8 in the morning, or even train early in the morning, into a hard muscular workout, your body's going to be extremely good at sucking up lots of nutrients. And it's a great way to actually detoxify the body too. Training is huge, helping to regulate hormones and brain chemistry throughout the body. It's awesome. But there's a point to that too. Too much exercise will want to shrink the brain too if you overdo it continuously all the time. It's going to strain all your hormones, and everything. They're all just going to go down. I'll leave it at that. And the body's going to have to try and recreate and produce things at such an accelerated rate. And a lot of people don't put enough back in. And your body will always tell you what's enough, what's not enough. That list goes on and on, to do with injuries and things maybe out of alignment, digestive problems, sleeping problems. I usually say to anyone, if you're feeling very tired, there's no point in training. You're just going to feel worse, and it might take even 2 days to really feel good again. There's nothing wrong with having a break. The body needs it. It's so important. But rotate everything, mix it up, and variety is key in training and nutrition. I will do another video a little bit more specific on training and nutrition now, and go from there. Cheers.